As a KC-10 air crew member, we bring an immense amount of fuel to the AOR and to the fight. We're supporting the fighters, the bombers, the ISR, any sort of platform out there that's receiver AR capable. With that, fighters typically have about an hour and a half loiter time. We can extend their missions upwards of 7 to 8 hours with numerous refuelings on the hour every hour. And we can stay up in the air for at least 8 to 12 hours at a given mission, on any given mission. Landing is one of the most critical phases of flights for any sort of aircraft. So by limiting the time that the aircraft have to spend on descent, landing, and fueling on the ground, we enable the fighters on the ground the overwatch that they need by extending the fighter's mission. So air refueling brings endless opportunities for the fighters, bombers, and ISR aircraft to extend their mission and continue their mission. If, say, a ISR target's looking at a specific target, they can quickly come over to us, get their gas, and then go and loiter over that target for an extended period of time. Same thing with all the fighters and bombers out here. They'll normally come up in pairs. They can have one fighter stay on the target at a given time while their wingman's getting gas from us. And again, like I said, we can just extend their mission for about 10 hours at a given time. Absolutely, it's a very humbling experience. You know, we play such a huge role as the tanker. Again, we refuel numerous aircraft throughout the day, 24 hours, 7 days a week for the fight in liberating Mosul. Again, we're just a small part of the team as the KC-10 air crew. There's numerous support agencies that we don't even see behind us right now. You know, we've got the maintenance function, the support, all the support personnel like security forces, the medics, and everything else like that here, keeping us fit to fly and ready to go every morning when we get the alert call. Absolutely, the unique capability about the American tankers is that we train alongside all our coalition partners, both out here and at home. So whenever any coalition aircraft's in need of gas, we can either extend the boom or trail the hose, and our boomer operators will give them the gas that they need. Absolutely, there's been numerous instances where tankers have saved the day. I know the fighters and the bombers are the tip of the spear, and they're the ones that are putting the warheads on the foreheads, as everyone says. But there's been numerous instances where the tanker crews have been there to either relay information from the ISR aircraft to the fighters, and again, just to extend them if they're having a fuel emergency or anything like that, or a malfunction of any sort. We're there to help them out in any way that they may need. Absolutely. So the American tankers are all trained, both here and back at home, to refuel our coalition partners. We want to extend their range and their performance just as like we want to extend our own. At any given time, you may have an American or an Australian or a British receiver on your wing, and everyone's going to get their gas because we're all contributing to the joint fight. Absolutely. So this is a multi-nation operation that we're performing out here. With our tankers and with the coalition tankers, we're able to refuel numerous sorts of receivers all across the board. Not just American, and especially not just Air Force or our Navy and Marine Corps aircraft that are flying out here. In any given operation, we're refueling the Royal Australian Air Force, the Royal Air Force, and numerous others. Again, we are boom and drogue capable, so on any mission we can refuel Navy, Marine Corps, coalition, as well as the American Air Force receivers. We don't have to land or swap out our boom for a drogue assembly. We haul an immense payload of fuel. The aircraft can take off with 340,000 pounds of gas. So the KC-10 Extender brings both boom and drogue refueling to the fight. We hold 340,000 pounds of gas, and we're in-flight refueling capable, so we can take gas from another KC-10 or another KC-135 out in the fight. With that and our training back home, we can refuel numerous coalition as well as American aircraft. And the only thing that limits us is our crew duty day. We fly with a pilot, co-pilot, flight engineer, and boom operator, and they're all an integral part of the refueling operations out here. So on any given mission with the KC-10, we can refuel both boom and drogue receivers. We may have all fighters, we may have a mixture of bombers and fighters. So depending on the offloads, say a B-1 takes 100,000 pounds of fuel, we may only be able to give another extra 30K to the fighters. However, if we're just paired with just fighters all day, we may be able to give upwards of 150,000 pounds of gas to F-16s, F-15s, F-18s, you name it. So I feel like the KC-10 mission out here is very important due to the fact that we're extending the range of the fighters who are providing overwatch to the fight on the ground. Without us, the fighters would have to land, and then close air support and overwatch would go, it would pause while they're refueling on the ground.
What would that mean?
Being a KC-10 aircrew member out here, part of the coalition fight, is a very humbling experience. Our years of training back home, and as well as out here with our coalition partners, enables us to bring the fight directly to the enemy. Being a KC-10 aircrew member deployed here as a part of the coalition fight against ISIS is a very rewarding and humbling experience. We get to bring years of our training and expertise from back home out here to the fight every day.